come out and you're here.
Here, it's your boy Khadi Lee, and we're here in the Lovers Lounge at Love and Be with me, Khadi Lee, and I have a special guest here, the beautiful, multi-talented R&B songstress, Brandy Hayes.
Hey.
I gave you a bit of an introduction there and talked about some things that you do, but Brandy, tell us a little bit about yourself.
I am pretty multifaceted, but like I do R&B pop music. I also songwrite. I also direct and edit my own music videos. I do
Come on.
marketing. I'm outside.
You outside, okay, Brandy, okay. Now, it's so funny because every time I think about this, I'm like, I feel like I've seen you around everywhere quite a few times, but I'm always thinking like, how did we initially meet?
I meet so many people in LA. Every event, you're like, I don't even remember. I've just seen you 100 times. I can't remember. I think it was at an event. I think we met at an event.
I think it was either at an event or I thought it might have been at a songwriting camp in passing, but I'm pretty sure we got more acquainted at an event. But that's what LA is here for, LA,
Exactly.
indie R&B artist space. Even, it's crazy because you'll be surprised who you can run into outside in
I know.
LA and get connected with.
I
Like,
know.
have you had the pleasure of connecting with some people that you did never think you would meet?
Recently, I met Dawn from Danity Kane
Come on, Dawn.
in the nail salon.
And that's crazy because she's literally trending on TikTok right now with the
Really?
sleep on it challenge.
Oh, wow.
So that's
Yes.
funny. That's
So
funny. It's
random.
super
Like,
cool.
literally just getting my nails done.
Shout out to Danity Kane. Y'all time ended just a little bit too soon.
Too
Come back. Give the world some more music. Now we have a little icebreaker game that we're gonna play here today. Now this game is gonna be called Risky. And the way this game works is we're both gonna get a dice, and we're gonna roll it. Once we roll the dice, the number on the dice is the card that we must pick up and read the scenario from.
Okay.
Okay? I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna grab that for us. Alrighty, you up first, Brandy?
Okay.
All right, looks like we got number 4. Let's see what we got. This one's for you. All right, so you're gonna read the scenario and you're gonna say what you would do next.
Okay. You're meeting your ex's new boo for the first time.
So what's next? What does Miss Brandy Hayes do when she meets her ex's new boo?
I think it just depends on like how recent the ex is
Okay.
and if me and the ex are still cool or
Okay.
not. If me and the ex are not cool, I'm probably just gonna be like, oh hi, and then just walk away. Yeah. Or I don't know, like it's just like it's nothing personal, it's nothing against her. It's just probably like the trauma
Yeah.
running through my mind.
Okay.
And, like it's like one of those, either it's gonna be like I have to tell her, I'm so sorry.
Yeah. I'm so sorry is
Sorry.
crazy. I'm so sorry that you're with him.
Exactly. So I just would have to
Yeah.
like kind of walk away, like, great to meet you.
Great
And then
to
just
meet you.
remove myself from the
Yeah.
situation, you
Yeah.
know?
I think that's an awkward one. I don't know what I'm doing meeting my ex's new boo. You know what? I think if it's like, because it's like with my daughter's mom,
Okay.
her, when she's in a relationship, it's important for me to meet them
Yes.
because they potentially play a part in my daughter's life. So the sooner the better in that situation. However, I'm trying to apply that to like just an ex that we don't share life with. You feel me? And I'm like, what am I meeting your ex for? Like, what am I meeting your new boo for? Like,
Right.
I don't care. Like,
Right.
hi and bye. Like, I'll see you and not see you, I think is maybe me a little bit. But you know what? I'm also a very friendly person to the point where if they were in that space, like if we have mutual friends,
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna be nice to everybody.
Of course.
Yo, what's up, bro? How you? What's your name? Like, I'ma always be courteous. It's not no smoke on my part. Like, I'm cool either way.
Yeah.
Either way. All right, cool. Let's see. Let's see what I get. 3. Wow. You're out with your friends and you run into an ex you're not over. Oh man. y'all about to get all up in my business, ain't y'all? I'm saved now. So, we run into an ex that I'm not over. I'm gonna do my best to say hi. And if I start to feel uncomfortable, I think I'm leaving.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna have to leave because I'm saved now and I don't wanna I'm not purposely seeking to make certain decisions before. Cause pre-Jesus Khadi was like, I would have been like, so what's up? What's up? Like, who you here with? You by yourself? Why you by yourself? No, you with me. Like,
I mean, I think it depends on why it ended.
I don't think it ever mattered for me.
What if it ended because they like moved away and then now they're back? Like, you never know like why, like it depends on why it ended.
I think for me, if I'm not over you,
Mm-hmm.
I'm not over you. So why we broke up isn't more concerning to me than me getting what I want.
Mm.
So if I feel like you're in my space and there's a possibility. Now again, this is pre-Jesus Khadi. Give me some grace here. This is pre-Jesus Khadi. If I feel like you're in my space and there's an opportunity for me to go after something I want, I ain't never been afraid of that.
Yeah.
I'm going after what I want all day, standing on all 10. So it's like pre-Jesus Khadi, it was you walking the room. Who you here with? Are you with me now? And I know that that's a little cocky, but it's like I want what I want, and we could figure that out later.
Yeah.
Like what happened. That was kind of like my mindset on it. But what
Yeah.
about you? Like, what are you doing?
Man, it's like there's so many scenarios in my head. But I think for me, I'm just going to I don't ever like to go backwards.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like over or not. It didn't work out and there was a reason why it didn't work out.
Oh.
And so it's probably not gonna work out because
Oh my! You would break my heart.
I would like people.
Oh my God!
Change, but they don't change that much.
Yeah, you would break my heart. I have never not spent the block.
Really, I don't think I've ever spent the block.
Oh my God. Jesus. Because I feel like, I had to grow up a little bit, maybe. Maybe I was doing too much.
Yeah.
And I am a guy of accountability. That's one thing I always am. So if it's my fault why we ended and I gotta put in that work to show that I realized those mistakes and I would like another chance, I don't have no problem doing that. But to not even have the opportunity to spin it back.
What
Yo.
it is? So, okay, I think I'm a girl, so it's a little different. I think every time I get with someone new and like I really start talking to someone, it's because they're treating me better than the last person. So once you've given the opportunity for me to be treated better and see how I could be treated, it's kind of like, why would I want to go back to that? I'm like, he never used to do that. He never used to do that. So
I
now
can
in
see
my
that.
mind, I'm like, why would I get back with that person? Like,
Yeah.
they don't even treat me as good as the last 3 people I talked to.
Yeah. I get it. Okay.
Yeah.
I get that. All right, Miss Brandy, it's on you. Let's roll the dice.
Let me roll it. Let me see. 1.
All right, we got number 1.
Okay, number 1. You're dumped publicly. Ooh.
Oh man. What you doing next?
Probably gonna try to find another person at that public space.
Oh my God. No. I'm saying oh my God because okay, so I said y'all was about to get all up in my business and y'all about to get in my business because this happened to me.
Really?
Yes. And what you just said is exactly what I did. So, for context, and I'm not going to say which time frame it was because I don't want to put nobody out there that don't want to be out there. But a lady I was dating, young lady I was dating, she approached me with her friends. She accused me of hanging out or cheating with another girl. A girl that I was not cheating with. It just so happened that my homeboy was talking to her friend. So sometimes there might be some overlap, but everything was strictly friendly. I didn't even have the girl's number. I knew she had a crush on me. I won't lie about that. I did know that. But the girl and I, at that point, had never had any contact other than around them. And so because she's confronting me about this in front of everybody, I'm like, yo, we'll get at that later. I'm not that guy. Like, I'm not the public drama unless I gotta be public drama. But I'm like, we'll get at that later. And she was pretty much sold on it. She was pretty much like, nah, you can't answer it and tell me what it is, then we're done. I'm done with you. You ain't nothing. And I was like, I was heated. So over the next 45 minutes, I was plotting and I was trying to figure out what I was going to do. And so everybody was in the calf, the communal area. We were all chilling. And I happened to see the girl and her friend over with my homeboy. And I seen the girl that just dumped me and her friends 2 tables away. I walked up to Shorty, gave her a hug, and I said, "Give me a kiss." And she kissed me.
Oh, wow.
And I didn't expect her to kiss me because we had never had a moment like that before. We had never shared anything other than, what's ups and things like that. But I'm like, kiss me. And she kissed me and my ex flipped. She crashed out so crazy, bro. I had to stop her from fighting the girl. It was crazy. But again, pre-Jesus Khadi, give your boy some grace. Just a little bit of grace. I don't think we'll be going back to that anytime soon.
Let's hope not.
Well, Risky has definitely been risky, and it's been fun playing that with you, Brandy. And that ends this segment of Risky with Love and B and Khadi Lee. Yo. We're here at the Lovers Lounge with Love and B with me, your boy Khadi Lee, and I have my beautiful special guest, Ms. Brandy Hayes.
Hello.
Right now, we're going to do Grace Corner, where we're going to give you guys an area in our life where we need to apply more grace. This is so important because as humans, a lot of times we forget to give ourselves a pat on the back. Just give ourselves some grace. We're doing the best we can and it's one day at a time. So Miss Brandy.
Yeah.
Where in your life can you apply some more grace?
That's a hard one. I'm definitely pretty hard on myself, but definitely with my accomplishments.
Yeah.
I think we got to start celebrating ourselves more.
Come on.
We got to, I really want to take a vacation this year and
Take
go
one.
somewhere, okay?
Yeah.
I feel like I've never been on a real vacation. I really want to go on a vacation and not worry about work.
Yeah.
For the first time.
That's key. That's key. For me, I think I need to give myself more grace in the space of like dating. I think that I didn't see myself being single right now. Your boy did not think he would be single at this time. I thought that by now I would have my wife. And sometimes I can be hard on myself about that. And I think that, I got to put it in God's hands. It's all in God's timing. And I got to continue to grow and thrive and connect with people and love on people. And my wife is out there. She might be watching right now. We're going to go ahead. We're going to take a sip of this Nesquik. Shout out to Nesquik for being a pillar in our communities, for, just loving on us, giving us protein, giving us vitamins D, always showing up for us, giving back to our urban communities. And I got strawberry. What you got?
I got chocolate.
Alrighty. All right, some more grace.
Some more grace.
Yo, it's your boy Khadi Lee, and we're here at the Lovers Lounge presenting Love and B with me, Khadi Lee. I have my special guest here, Brandy Hayes, and we are at our open discussion moment called Fuck It, Just Say It. So, Brandy, today's open discussion is, how does dating affect your entertainment life? And how does entertainment affect your dating life?
I don't really date too often, and I feel like it's hard because if I'm dating, it takes me away from what I could be doing in the entertainment life space, right? I think that's the kind of hard balance.
Yeah.
I think that the entertainment space affecting my dating is just that either I don't date a lot or I've tried the dating someone in entertainment. Not for me.
So you've dated someone in entertainment and it was like, no.
Horrible. Yeah.
It was horrible to the point where it's like you wouldn't give anyone in entertainment a chance again.
Trauma.
Oh, man, trauma.
No.
Okay.
We're good.
We're good on that, on all of that. For me, I think dating in entertainment is it's a hard one. I think that everyone expects you to show up a certain way.
Yeah.
And I think there's a lot of expectation based on what you talk about in your music, based on the events that you attend, based on certain status that you might hold. People even expect that when you get invited to events that you can take them with you.
Yeah.
So I think that that's been probably the biggest struggle in dating for me in entertainment. Finding someone who has just an open mind and an open heart too, like, and understanding and giving me some grace, some space to grow, because I'm gonna give them that grace and space to go where in whatever their passion is, whatever their profession is. You know what I'm saying? I haven't found that yet, unfortunately.
And some people don't know how to act if you take them to places. That's another thing.
Yeah, it's like, if I take you, am I invited again, or did you cancel this for me?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a big one, because you can't be messing up the bag. You
Exactly.
cannot be messing up the bag. We not doing that. In terms of entertainment in my dating life, I think entertainment has caused me to put up a wall. So there's a wall on my vulnerability. There's a wall on my heart. There's a wall on, because it's like, when you think about it, cameras are on.
Yeah.
And it's like I'm already sharing so much. I'm writing songs about real experiences. When I'm interviewing, I'm being asked questions, I'm talking about my real life.
Yeah.
I'm posting pictures on social media. These are like the real things that I'm going through. And it puts you in a space where you're given so much that when you actually need to maybe talk about some things or release some things, I don't feel like I should,
Yeah.
because I feel like I've given enough. I feel like people know more potentially than I would like them to know already. So it's like, how much more can I give? Like, it's one of those things, and it gets scary because I think that unintentionally that can be me boxing myself in.
Mm-hmm.
And the hard thing about that is, my dad says something to me that sticks with me. He always says that, if you box yourself in, people can't get in. So you're protected, but you can't get out. And I'm like, I'm learning and I'm understanding that a little bit more now.
Yeah.
And that's one of those things. And it's like, my mom is just like, F these little girls. I genuinely think my mom probably won't think someone I'm dating is good enough until I set the precedence, like, yo, you gotta respect her,
Yeah.
type of thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, otherwise, my mama like, what she want?
Yeah.
Why she here? Like, that's kind of the thing.
Yeah. I'm definitely working through I think the last person that I talked to or dated kind of changed my view of the world, and like, not everybody has the best intentions, you know what I mean? So
Wow.
definitely just trying to work through that, and that's why I kind of say I don't think I would ever date someone else in entertainment. Like,
Mhm.
I'm-
So when you say they change, like, your kind of views of the world, that's deep. So talk a little bit more about that. So what exactly does that mean? Because I'm someone that I feel like in every relationship is a give and a take. So you gonna give things that they could take with them, but they gonna give you things that you can take.
I think that sometimes dating entertainers, you'll just meet the wrong one who is good at putting on an act, and it might just be men in general, but like, so it's just like, I've never met somebody who kind of put on an act. I've never met somebody who kind of was like manipulating a situation to get what they wanted in that big of a regard. I've always dated like F boys, but like F boys are different because they'll tell you they're F boys. Like,
Mhm.
they're kind of like upfront with it. Like, like, no, I'm not looking for this and I don't want to do that and I'm here like this.
Yeah.
But like, when you date somebody who kind of tells you one thing and like does
That's
something
another.
else, or like does something else behind your back, you kind of find out or get a intention, and they kind of like make you seem crazy
Yeah.
for like even thinking that way. Like,
Mhm.
no, we don't think like that. Like, why would you, like, no, we're not gonna do that here. Like, I don't know anybody like that. Like, just making you feel
Yeah.
crazy. But I've never had that before. I've never dealt with that before. So that's just a part of growing up, and it just kind of changed the way
Change
that I
the way you look
view,
at it.
yeah, that I view people, unfortunately. So I'm trying to get out of that box.
Yeah, yeah. Can I give you some advice real quick that I would give my little sister?
Please.
So, because women, you guys are such a remarkable force. The maturity and the love that you guys are granted from birth
Mm-hmm.
is completely different than what we as men experience even growing up.
Yeah.
And the thing with that is that I had this conversation with a few of my homeboys and letting them know that I don't believe I ever was adequately taught how to express my emotions to someone. That's nothing against my parents.
Yeah.
Because my parents did the best that they could and they raised me and they afforded me all the things that they could. They taught me right from wrong, but that isn't being emotionally intelligent. So the example I can give you for that is no one ever talked to me about being a husband.
Mm-hmm.
No one ever made me feel like a wedding day was important for me as a man. Throughout life, what was presented to me was happy wife, happy life. So that already sets a precedence in the back of most young men's minds of it's all about her. How I feel doesn't matter. So now we're already running from emotions because it's like I shouldn't be expressing this. I need to be focused on making her happy. And then we don't really see those examples of what it looks like to be a good husband. People aren't talking to us about, as a husband, you should be doing this. You should be doing this. This is what a man looks like. But you know what does happen? Since I turned 14 years old, the amount of uncles, cousins, and people in my life that will ask me, you still a virgin?
Yeah.
How many you been with? You getting some? You need condoms? Putting such a huge preference on just getting with as many women and just really like making a man feel like that's where value is.
Yeah.
How many women I can get, how many notches I can add to my list, what I can do in the physical sense.
Yeah.
So then a lot of men run through life and we give value to that. And we use that to build up. Go ahead.
But not every one of those men are a liar.
This is true. This is true. Not every one of those men are a liar, but also a liar is something that I think is very complex because I think that everybody's a liar about something.
Oh.
And I do. I think that everybody has a moment that if somebody asks you something and you don't want them to know, you will lie. And so I feel like those tendencies are in everybody. And that's really just for me. Most people that lie are fearful. They don't know themselves.
Yeah.
They don't love themselves.
Oh,
The
yeah.
confidence isn't there. The confidence to be honest and accept what comes with being honest, whether it's good or bad, is what's missing.
Yeah.
So what happens there is I'm going to put up this front and I'm going to be what the world has been shown to love.
Yeah.
Because that's easy. And people go clap for that. And I'm going to look successful and then I can just hide behind this. But that's a very daunting and hard life to live. And that's why, I'm an advocate for, especially my young black men, like really, really big. And it's really important not to cause or not to tell men, period, not to express themselves. Like one of the things that I hate the most is when I hear people say, stop crying, you a boy. So?
Yeah.
So? Let him cry. He should be able to cry.
Yeah.
It's healthy to cry. The fact that you don't cry, you should talk to somebody.
Yeah.
Like, why do we focus on these emotions and we put emotions in boxes of whether they're normal or not when they're all normal?
Yeah.
We all feel them. So I would just say, moving forward with your next guy, whenever you're ready, just kind of have that mindset a little bit. And I know that it annoys women to think like, I got to raise this man. I got to teach this man. You'll be surprised the love you'll get from a man who you actually took the time to nurture his emotional intelligence. You'll be very surprised what will happen for you. And there are things and that's okay. That's a part of leadership. That's why I don't feel like it's important for men to always lead because I think there are areas where women should lead. And there are areas where men are going to lead. And I think that that's what a foundation and what a commitment consists of. Because if you're strong here, who better to teach me than my woman?
I think you have to be open to that, though.
You do.
You
You
gotta be
do.
open to that.
You got to be open to that. Yeah. So I'm not saying the red flags, the guys that's showing you that they're not ready.
Yeah.
But I'm saying that, because I know how that feels, that, that trauma, and you feel like, you know what, I don't know about this, so I'm just going to fall back from it.
It's not even a husband type of situation. It's just kind of like, I'm a very big communicator. I'm like, hey, just let me know. Like, if the XYZ, then that's okay.
Yeah.
But just let me know. Like,
Just
some of
tell
the
me.
thing, the biggest thing a woman wants is honesty.
Honestly.
And you would be surprised, even if you think her initial reaction will be so upset. Like, in the back of her mind, she might come back the next day and be like, you know what? At least you were honest with me. I appreciate it. Like, let's figure it out. You know what I mean? Like, you
I
can get
think
a lot.
I think the disconnect between men and women with that is you coming back the next day saying, you know what? I appreciate you at least being honest with me doesn't erase the feeling I got in the moment when I was honest,
Yeah.
and I had to see what that did to you.
Yeah.
And I got to see how you reacted to that.
Yeah.
So, and then a lot of times, and I'm not in any way saying that it's okay to lie
Yeah.
or not be forthcoming. I'm saying that we kind of got to give each other a little more grace than we want to, because there is space for growth on both ends. And I think that a lot of it is being able to understand. Sometimes in the moment when something happens, there's no space for either of you to really emotionally digest what's happening. And we need a second. And maybe we could talk about it later. However, sometimes, when we just react, because I've been in that situation. I've been honest with a woman before. And I've told her, like, from jump, like, yo, I'm not dating right now. I'm busy with my career. I have so much stuff going on. I'm trying to figure out living in a new state. I'm trying to figure out being a dad from a new state, being a long distance parent. And I just don't have the time to commit to you. But I would love to be your friend. And I do think that sometimes a lot of women, when they hear that, they hear like right now. And they feel like, okay, so if I give him more as time goes on, then this is going to become something more. And then I have to be honest once you've given more. And I'm like, yo, no, I'm still not there. And now you devastated because you feel like you've given more, you've done more, and you don't understand why I don't want more. And the simple answer to why I don't want more is because I already told you from the beginning that I wasn't available for more.
And that is why I don't double back. I just cut it on off because it's not gonna change. I'll just be like, nope, we're good.
We're good. That's why you don't double back.
I don't double
But
back.
this isn't a friendship situation though. Like,
I know, I'm just saying, like, with an ex, I just feel like it's not gonna change. Like, how it was is kind of set the precedent for how it's probably gonna end up being in the future.
Yeah. No, I love that. I love that we was able to have this open dialogue and get to the nitty gritty on relationships and love. It's been amazing having you here as a special guest. Tell the people where they can find you, what you got going on, what's coming next for you.
New music every month this year. You can find me at Brandy Hayes, Brandy with a Y, Haze, on all the platforms. And yeah, Spotify me, Apple Music me, Save me on your YouTube, everything.
Yo, we're here at the Lovers Lounge presenting Love and Be with me, Khadi Lee. We out. I'm going to see y'all next time. Peace.
Slide through, baby. You should slide through,